I trained about 4 or 5 faculty. One is Jagdish, other is Vasanti, and all these people have trained as a faculty, and we did a workshop, and people, Anesthesia Foundation bought a fiber optic bronchoscope, and they gave a rent that if you want to use it for outside people, you get for 500 rupees and used to do it. I think whatever I have done is starting of this workshop is really made a little change in the airway management fiber optic workshop. Then the All India Difficult Airway Association was, AIDA was been coined by Dr. Ravindra from Mangalore, and he said before starting I want to do a fiber optic bronchoscopy as the inauguration of that. So we did that. He is the Vice Chancellor of the university, and we did a workshop in Mangalore, and that has really made a lot of work, and AIDA is definitely spread, you can see later on. Then I met, I met in Mehsana Resort in Gujarat, where I think because of Amit and Apex, I was asked to give an oration in their Gujarat ISA, which was a really proud moment. This was late in the night, but it was really I didn't get any of the pictures, 3 together, but it is a very important occasion where we all been, he was the boss at that particular time, and because of him I could give the oration. And coming the quotable quotes in the airway management, quotable quotes. See, before that, if I am here, it's because probably Ranjit will come to you a little later. The quotable quotes are airway management defense as anesthetist. The first quote is, there is no one skill above all else that an anesthetist is expected to exhibit, and that is to maintain the airway impeccably. I think that's one of the things by the most compelling educational effort for the anesthesia community should be to reduce the frequency and severity related to managing the airway. This is the second quote which is important. Third is, success perhaps relies on the operator's experience, practice and skill than the devices themselves. You would have seen all devices, plenty, maybe thousands, but if you don't know what to do, how to use it, it may be really difficult. I still remember about 20 years ago, Bhavani Shankar Kodali, he had been to US, at that particular time he learned a fiber optic, and somebody put the fiber optic scope into the larynx, and he said, can you give me the endotracheal tube? So they didn't know that endotracheal tube is thread before you putting it inside. I think that's a very important thing. You must remember how to use every equipment. Atul Gawande, you read a lot of books of Atul Gawande. He said the progress in medicine will not be made through improved technology, but rather through improved application of the current knowledge and activity, in short, doing it better. And that's why these workshops are all for, and you must do it better. Coming to the notable names. See, no names, or there are quite a huge names before, but now what is the current trends? Because topic on current trends, and the work that done, a lot of work, and the articles are given at that particular time. The first is probably, I think, Apex knows Karin Hegberg, is one of the top lady, one of the beautiful speaker, and she is the one done American Society of Guidelines was really started by Karin Hegberg, and beautiful, most of my talk, I took it from the current concept, the management difficult airway, is Hegberg, you can see any of the, and she is now the editor of the Benuma Airway book is Karin Hegberg, she is the editor of this book. And no airway conference these days without talking about NAP4. Okay, how many people know about NAP4? How many of you know about NAP4? I think that's very important. If you come to any conference, anywhere, anything without NAP4 introduction, that's called National Audit Project 4. I think a lot of audit